Good evening to all. Welcome to my very first episode show of Playing With Your Food. This show basically lets people know how to make quick, easy, but flavorful meals. This is my first time doing this, so I'm starting off with something small. I have many more episodes to come. So if you would like to relax for a minute, what I'm making today is deep fried fish, but my own seasoning, which you will need a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs with cheese if you can find it. You will need 2 bags of jalapeno cheddar crunchies actually, and you will also need a 6.75 ounce bag of hot Cheetos, the crunchy ones, and you will need a teaspoon of accent seasoning. And what we're going to do is start off with the actual fish. The fish that I'm using today is, I went on a deep sea fishing trip and we caught fresh blues, so this is what I'm starting off with. And of course you can see I have another big slice. These are very big pieces, big fillets of blues. So what we're going to do today is I am going to show you basically the before and after effects of starting this. So if you would like, we're going to get started. Okay, first of all, what you will do is you will take half the bag of the 6.75 ounces of hot Cheetos and you will crush them up. Take half the bag, you will crush it up until it becomes very fine and very small. Then you will do the same thing with these actual 2 bags of cheddar jalapenos. You will crush them up until they become a very fine and very small, very texture type. So what we would do is we would take these and crush them up. And I've already have my half bag of hot Cheetos crushed up. If you will know, this is the actual, looks kind of messy, but it's very good. Very, very tasty and very flavorful. So what we would do is we would take that teaspoon of accent seasoning and we would take it and drop it inside the bag. Just a teaspoon, you really don't need much. And you can also use boneless chicken breast, and you can use any type of fish that you would like. So as we take that, we will take these, make sure that they're crunched up. And make sure that you have a small opening in the bag so you won't make a mess to let the air come out. So take that. Make sure they're real fine, real fine. Take that. Take them and throw them away. And the music that I have playing in the background is Mozart Concerto No. 3. Very great music to cook to. So now after we actually shake it up. Just be fun with it, just play with it. You don't have to be all serious about it. Just take it and just mix it up. And this right here is what your finished product looks like. I know it looks a little messy, but it's very fun and very flavorful. So after we do that, we have our fish right here. That's the after effects of the fish chunks that I actually cut up. So what we do now, we will go ahead and put this and mix it up some more. Now when you take your fish, make sure that they have a little bit of moisture on them. So you would like to have a little water or anything on them, not much, but what we're going to do is have a little moisture on them. We're going to dip them in. Don't worry about the water mixing in with the oil to make it pop everywhere, because we're going to let them sit for a minute. So what I'm going to do is take a couple of these over, let them get a little moisture on them, and then I'll come back. Now what I'm basically doing is just cutting up the fish now. I'm going to cut some more chunks so I can actually, let me bring you over to where I'm at. Okay, can get a good stable position. So what I'm going to show you is what I'm doing is I'm taking the pieces from this, cutting them up, making them look like that. You can cut them up as big as you like or as small as you like. It's better to cut them up bigger because I like to have like a chunk of meat that I'm eating out of. So make sure it's filleted. My flavoring is so good that you don't want to have the bones in the fish, and you don't want to have to not worry about the bones because of the flavoring is so good. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we have this piece right here, but we already have some pieces cut up for you right here. So we're going to cut these up. Okay, so I'm going to cut up these other pieces. Okay, so now you can see me better. I'm cutting up the pieces. Now, like I say, this fish that I have is from a fishing trip that I just came off of, a deep sea fishing trip. And it's fresh blue, so it's called a bluefish. But see my chunks, how big they are? I like mine big, but you can cut yours smaller or bigger. Make sure there are no bones throughout the fish. And you do that by mainly taking your fingers, squeezing the meat. The bone will expose itself if it's in there. So you take it and just squeeze, no bones, let it sit. And like I say, if you notice I'm cutting my pieces really big, I love big pieces. I love big pieces. Another big piece, checking for bones. There's none in there. Now these will basically be used for later on, because I'm going to actually have these sitting inside of my special fry. Of course, you notice I keep napkins with me. I like to keep my hands clean while I'm working. Wow, look at that beautiful fish. Isn't that beautiful? And they filleted these on the boat that I came off of. So I didn't have to worry about filleting them. Okay, checking the pieces for bones. No bones. Cutting up one more big. Look at that fillet. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Couple bones in this one, so I'm taking them out. See, as I just take them off. Run my hand across it. See how the bone exposes itself already? I just take my fingers across. Press. See, more bones exposing themselves. We don't want that. And when they filleted, it wasn't a lot of bones, but there are just some that got away, so you have to be careful of those. So we're going to cut this up. We're going to cut this into chunks too. And if you've ever been to Louisiana, what they do is with the alligator tails, they cut them up the same way. They cut them up in big chunks and they fry them. But today we're using bluefish and I'm going to deep fry it with my very own frying solution that I made up myself. This is my stuff that I'm making up. So along with this show and other shows, I'm still going to have my other recipes and bring those out to you too. See? No bones. Gonna put that in there. And with this you can make any type of side dish, but what I prefer to make is Parmesan noodles. I love Parmesan noodles with fish, especially with this type of fish that I'm eating. It goes very well together. So like I say, you can use this with either chicken or fish, but boneless chicken. Make sure it's boneless chicken. And see, I have my chunks as big as they are. Now this piece is loaded with bones, so I'm kind of going to just leave this out of the way. I don't want any bones, so I'll leave that. My hands off. I'm off a little. And always afterwards dealing with any type of meats, bleach the area off. And this is the finished product. So that's the product we're going to be saving. Now, this is the other product that we're going to be working with tonight. And as I will bring this over, and as you see, I put a little moisture on it. Okay, so I hope you can hear the music again. Okay, now when cooking this, what we're going to do is we're going to take each piece and make sure you have, like, 'cause it's going to be really messy with the crumbs and all, but not too messy. So what we're going to do is shake the bag up a little bit more, and like I say, you see that is nothing but flavor. Nothing but flavor. I wish you could smell it, but it's nothing but flavor. So what we're going to do is take each piece. Before we put them in, I like to check the bones on mine, so I'm going to open the bag up over the paper so it won't get a lot of the crumbs everywhere. We'll make sure it's got a little moisture on it, just a little, not a whole lot. And like I said, with this you can make as much as you want or as less as you want. But I'm always making more, so if you want, you can make the bag up to here. If you're having more of a party type, then you could just basically make a lot of it, set it in the refrigerator, and what I'll do is give you the exact amounts of each ingredient that you need to put in there. So, but we're just working with a dinner for the night that I'm making. So, and as you can notice, my chunks are very big. And what you want to do is just put in a couple pieces, not a lot just yet. So we're going to actually close this up. Now we're going to shake it, but what you should do is press on it too as well, so you can get the flavoring and the crumbs onto the fish itself. So you can shake it up. Real quick and easy, but beautiful. Real quick and easy, beautiful. So like I said, you want to take it, shake it up, shake it up, and you want to press a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. You want to kind of force it on into there. And what you're going to do is get another plate. So let me grab another plate because we're going to take these out and I'm going to show you the after looks of this. Now, like I say, this is for a person that loves a lot of flavoring, and for a person that really loves their Cheetos, this is like a meal in one. So you get your junk food, your chips, and you also get your food dinner. So if you have a child that doesn't like to actually eat dinner, with this seasoning, it'll make them eat. Believe me, he or she, it'll make them eat. So what we want to do is we want to shake it up. We want to shake it up. And you want to press on it just a little bit, Make sure you get a bag that's not cheap, a Ziploc bag that's not cheap, because you don't want it to burst open on you. So you want to be able to go ahead and do the work that you're doing, pressing it in, shaking it up without it tearing open at all. It'll be a big mess. So we're going to actually push some more. And like I say, with me, I basically like to just use the chips itself without using the breadcrumbs, because I like to go all out with just the flavor, but the breadcrumbs helps it to actually stick on there. So instead of using the fish to dip it in eggs, I don't really want to go that far with it. So I'd like to just put just a cup of breadcrumbs, no more than that. Now make sure that it's covered from every piece of it is covered. Pressing it, keep pressing. Now like I say, I got this idea from, I am a junkie when it comes to any type of Cheetos, the hot Cheetos or the jalapeno cheese. So what I thought of was, I said, you know what, with me being a meat lover, I said, let me try something that will give it a lot of flavor instead of using the original other breadcrumbs or just using salt for seasonings or which actually just a garnish, or salt and pepper. I don't like using those things. They're just old blood and kind of just not really good anymore. So I'm coming up with new and different ways to season. So actually we'll come up, press some more. Make sure you press it in. Make sure you press it in. Don't be scared. Now, you take out some teeth. Going to get this fork. Okay, now, as we get the fork, don't take it out with your hands because you don't want to shake off any of the seasoning. You don't want to shake off any of it. So what we do is we take one last time, we do a little press. Do a little press for the last time. And just gently with the fork, press, take out. Take your finger, you're going to have to wash your hands anyway. Take your finger, press. And if it's not fully covered, just take and go back and just redo it some more. Just for a quick run, because you want the whole piece to be covered with the seasoning. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what you want to see. That is going to make the party in your mouth once you eat it. Oh, oh. Now remember, you don't want to shake off the seasoning. You want to drop it in the hot grease just as it is. Oh. Now we get the rest of the pieces. Now even this, when I finally found how to make this seasoning up, it kind of made me do a little bit of a gluttony type act because it was just that good. So I make a lot of pieces and I just sit and eat. So take some more pieces, drop them in with just a little moisture on them because you want it to stick. And this is all the pieces that I will be working with for the night for my dinner. So I'll make this. And the best thing to do is when you get your Parmesan noodles, it's best to get pastaroni. What you would do is, what I do is I have real mozzarella cheese and white cheese, which is American cheese, that I actually put into the sauce with the noodles. So it really makes for a good topping. So we'll do it again. And with this seasoning, you can keep the seasoning in the refrigerator. You don't have to throw it away. You can add more of your either the jalapeno cheese, jalapeno cheddar, so you can get those and add more in, or you can get the hot cheddar cheese and add more onto that as well, and just add on to it. But make sure you put it in the refrigerator. Shake it up. Take it and press it. Now if you have a stubborn piece that doesn't want to take more of the seasoning on, just press it. Take and press it. That will happen once it gets kind of moisture in there. That will happen. So now we'll take the extra tray and throw it in the sink. Okay, so now we have more that we have here. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. Take it in. Always remember, you don't want to shake it. You don't want to shake any of the seasoning off. You want to keep it just as it is. Take it out of the bag and keep it just as it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Like I said, if you have any stubborn pieces, just take it and press. Okay, that's enough for now. I'm getting a little greedy, so we're going to take and save this, put it inside the refrigerator. I want to show you the outcome of this, the outlook of it. Oh, My gosh, that looks so good. Oh gosh. Now, people out there on the outside who's not actually being able to taste this, the flavoring is going to be perfect, but just look at the color of it, the red color of it, of how we went from more of the fishy color to this color. Oh gosh. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, and always remember, whatever fish you're not using, that you're not breading, always keep it in the refrigerator. You don't want to keep it out and let it actually get warm. So what we're going to do is, now we're going to get the grease, but you want to use fresh grease. Don't use grease that you would use for anything else. So we're going to go ahead and get the fresh grease out. And corn oil would be best because you want it to actually cook the outside, but as you're cooking this, you don't want to burn it. Of course, you know, with fish, it doesn't take that long to fry. So if you do leave it in long, what you're going to do is you're going to burn the actual flavor on the outside, and you don't want to do that. But what you want to do is cook it to just right to where the outside is a crispiness and you still taste the flavor. So we're going to go ahead and show you this again of what it looks like. From what it looked like before. Okay, so we're going to get the oil, and like I say, a corn oil is better. Corn oil, basically. This is what I use, corn oil. Okay, now you want the oil to be really hot before you put these in, because like I said, you don't want the fish to soak up the oil before, and you don't want to have the outside burned. So we want to just keep it in there, and we want to get the oil as hot as it can. You don't need it on a really, really high fire, and we're going to go ahead and cook. Also, while we're going to cook this, you don't want to put in more than one piece because you don't want it to interact and start taking the seasoning off the edges of it. So, one or two pieces maybe. Like me, I love to cook in a small pan, so I'm cooking one piece each. So, each piece can have its cook time and just let it go. So while I prepare this, I want you to take a good look at the music and relax for a minute while you listen to Johann Sebastian Bach. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, so what we're going to do now is Parmesan cheese, real Parmesan shredded cheese. And what we're going to do is, while the oil is heating up, we're going to go ahead and take this, and I just like to do it on a couple pieces, not all, because I like to so what we're going to do is take and sprinkle this on. Like I said, I'm just going to put it on a couple pieces, but you can do it with all pieces or just a couple if you would like. But we're going to spread one and we're going to just press it into it. And this will be the first piece that I actually cook. Now, after sprinkling on the cheese, see the piece that I sprinkled the actual cheese on? What we're going to do now is get a spoon and just press it in lightly. We're going to get a spoon. Make sure you get a spoon and not a fork, because you actually want to press every square millimeter into the fish. You don't want to lose any of the shredded cheese. So I'm going to show you how we do it. Just take a piece that has the cheese on it. Take the shredded cheese and keep pressing it. Make sure you don't take off my original seasoning. Just press it in. And if you need to put more Parmesan cheese on, you can. Just take a little. Okay, you take the spoon again, press it in. Not too much, because you don't want to take off the original seasoning, so we're just going to stop with that. Leave that there like it is. Wow, look at that. Isn't that delicious? So now we're going to go over and make sure that our oil is getting hot. Make sure our oil is getting hot. Now, as the grease is heating up, as I say, if you would like to get a pencil and paper, or you could just rewind this. I am putting it on Facebook, and I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. I'm starting this, like I say, for people who want to do something different with their food. Like I say, your parents always said don't play with your food, but of course, as you can see, I'm doing that. So, but there is a reason for that. So, this is basically going to be a lot of flavorful food that I'm doing. Anything small, from my specialty meatballs to baked dishes, to meats, basically. Like I said, I love meat. A part of a person's life daily is meat. If you ever noticed that, there's always meat. I'm going to teach how to make your own hot dogs and shredded up meat, seasoned sausages, how to bake chickens with different types of seasonings and sauces, spices, and as well as salad dressing. So we're going to be doing a lot. So like I say, to do this, you're going to need two 2-ounce bags of cheddar jalapeno crunchy Cheetos. You're going to need a 6.75-ounce bag of hot Cheetos, the crunchy ones. You're going to use half the bag or the whole bag, actually. You're going to need 1 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs. You can get the cheese ones if you want to get that. It'll be better. You can use this with fish or chicken breast, boneless chicken breast. And as well as better to use this seasoning on boneless fish, you know, filleted pieces, because like I said, you're going to really be enjoying the flavor, but you don't want to enjoy it so much to where you forget the bones are in there. So if you're a fish eater, then you understand how to deal with that type of fish, but it's better to get filleted pieces. Okay, so now I think the grease is hot, so what we're going to do is take you over. We're just going to drop in a couple pieces. So okay, the grease is hot. Now what we're going to do is, you don't want to break up anything, so you just want to take it and make sure that the grease is hot. You take a piece, drop it in. See how hot that is? So what we're going to do is, we're just going to take and just on the edge, just like that. Don't shake it or anything. Leave it just like it is, because you want to keep all of the flavor, the Parmesan cheese in there, and my seasoning on there. So you just want to go ahead and just one piece, not more than one. You just want to leave that and let it go. So now what we're going to do is get a plate with a paper towel, because we're going to want to drain the oil off. And like I said, it shouldn't take long at all. You know, fish doesn't take long to cook, and you don't want to burn the outside seasoning, and you don't want to burn the Parmesan seasoning. So we're just going to leave it in for a couple minutes. We have a napkin over the plates, because we're just going to wait and take this out in a couple minutes. So make sure that you do not burn the fish. You don't want to burn the outside flavoring. You want to make it crispy, but you don't want to burn it. Now I already have a side dish that I made, so I just got that in the microwave, but I'm just going to bring the fish out. I want to just show you the end result of the fish. Now like I say, you just want it brown, but you still want it cooked, but you want it brown. See how that looks? So that we're going to take out in about a minute. Not going to leave it in too long. Okay. While I let that cook, enjoy the music. Okay, now I'm back. So now we're going to check the piece that we have that's already in there. We're going to get another fork. So we could take it out. at that, nice and brown. Nice and brown, a basic tan, so that's all you want. You don't want to burn it. So we're going to go ahead and put another couple. So, as we can see, the first piece came out. It's nice brown tan, and I'm going to show you how moist it is on the inside. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And if you can notice, it's very moist on the inside, cooked, and you have the outside C is still pressable because it's just browned and cooked. It's not burned. You don't want to sear it onto there. You want to be able to enjoy it, have a little crunch, but not be burned. See? Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. That's a masterpiece in itself. Now, I think if you're a person that doesn't know how to cook, the thing is that to be a cook doesn't know how to cook everything. To be a good cook means that you can work with flavors. Flavorings, you know, you make a person say, wow, you know, that's good. I would like some more of that. So, the thing is to be a good cook, eat for the flavor and not just eat to be just getting full. So, that's what I've learned, and that's what I'm teaching on my cook show. It's something small that I'm starting to put on Facebook, and like I said, I want to put on YouTube as well, just for people who want to know how to cook something quick, easy, but flavorful food. Coming out good. It's coming out good. And what you will need is, like I said, you also have to get your Parmesan cheese, so you'll be able to make a topping of it. Now, the Parmesan cheese can go as thick as you would like, or as thin as you like. Me, I like to just put some on there. I don't like to make it too thick because I don't want it to interfere with my seasoning. So, what I do is just put some on there, and you can actually taste it. The flavor of the Parmesan will come out actually into the fish. So. Now we're going to make more. I do have some more I'm going to actually save up and wrap and leave it actually inside the seasoning itself, because you don't want to just keep it sitting in the dry seasoning because it's not going to take it in. It's not something like a marinade. It's just like an outer crust, a flavorful outer crust. I keep saying that word. I mention that word a lot, but that's what it is, flavor. So we're going to go ahead and pull out a couple more pieces. Remember to use two separate forks. You don't want to use your fork that's used for the raw fish, and you don't want to take that fork and use it for your completed product. So, and I'm going to show you some more of the pieces. Wow, isn't that something? It's moist, soft to the touch, but crispy. That's what you want, soft to the touch, but crispy. As we cut this piece open. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that finished product. Okay, now that I have the finished product, I'm going to taste it. See this piece that I have right here? Very hot, very hot. It's so perfect, it's sad. Excelente, mucho bueno. So, this is my finished product of my seasoning that I created. So, what you will need is 2 2-ounce bags of cheddar jalapeno crunchy Cheetos. You will need a 6.75-ounce bag of hot Cheetos crunchy. Use the whole bag. And you will need 1 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs with the cheese, if you can find that. You can do this with either fish or chicken, boneless chicken, and especially boneless fish. You want to get fillets. You can cut them up in pieces, or you can leave them in whole big pieces how you want to do it. And you will also need real Parmesan shaped cheese so that you can take and press the cheese into there. Remember, don't shake off the seasoning. Take a fork, put it from the plate directly into the grease and let it sit and cook not long. You want to just crisp the outside and not burn the sear. So, delicious, delicious. I really outdone myself. So, so remember, pamper your food with flavor and not just throwing together whatever. So, until next time, my name is Jamal, and this is Playing With Your Food, and I will see you on the next episode. So until then, enjoy your fish, and enjoy your day.